Well, the college Greek system is full of history and tradition, but when you pack a bunch of students under one roof, there's bound to be some issues.
Yeah, tonight we continue our series Inside Inspections as we explore the locations that you may not think our health inspectors monitor. KEZI 9 News reporter Jennifer Richardson joins us with more on inspections at fraternities and sororities.
Well, guys, there are 33 Greek-lettered organizations at the University of Oregon. Greek Life at the U of O contracts with the Lane County Health Department. Health inspectors say they can't tell people how to live, but they sure can make recommendations when things just don't look right. These recommendations are then brought to the University of Oregon's Greek Life offices.
The Deltas. What a great bunch of guys.
When you think of fraternities, the classic movie Animal House likely comes to mind. A comedic and somewhat dirty depiction of Greek life. And while it was shot here at the University of Oregon, U of O's real Greek system, a lot more sane and sanitary.
The University of Oregon has a Greek life oversight department, and that department requires an annual inspection of the facilities.
Find me a way to revoke Delta's charter.
Okay, so it's not that serious, but Zach Manning with the Lane County Department of Environmental Health is tasked with inspecting a percentage of the 33 houses every year.
So we've come up with a checklist that really focuses on specifically the kitchen, the sleeping areas, laundry and garbage areas.
Manning offers recommendations and a final report is given to the fraternity or sorority as well as Greek Life. If there's a big problem, he will call them.
Since this is contracted, we don't have any specific administrative rules giving us authority or jurisdiction over fraternities or sororities.
And Manning says he's seen it all, from moldy items that should have been thrown away years ago to more serious safety hazards.
People were showering. There was a couple of, it was a low ceiling. It was lower than 8 feet. And, 3 of the shower stalls had lights in them, one didn't. And the lights were on, and everybody was showering, and one guy was yawning, and his hand was right next to a light socket. And I just thought, this is ridiculous.
He wouldn't tell us which house that was, but said that area of the house was closed down until it was fixed. We followed Manning on a recent sorority inspection at the Alpha Phi house.
Okay, thank you.
The first stop, the kitchen.
What is your refrigeration temps? 41. 41? Perfect.
Manning says cold storage areas must be at or below 41 degrees and thermometers must be displayed.
So you have the wonderful thin tip probe?
Then it was on to the dishwashing station.
There we go.
Dozens of ladies eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner on these dishes, which is why Manning says it's important this machine sanitizes them properly.
So we're just waiting it to get up to about 160.
But Manning noticed a problem.
It's pretty hot, but it's not getting up to 160. So what I would do is I'd call Hobart.
Manning says this requires a fix within the next 24 hours. This type of problem could shut down a restaurant or mobile food cart. Next stop, the bathrooms.
Okay, and your lights are all protected? Yes. Good deal. I've seen the opposite, so. Really? Yeah, open light sockets. So.
Manning notices one of the outlets needed to have a ground fault circuit interrupter installed, but just a minor detail.
This is what you want.
This is what you want. This is what you should achieve.
And then there's the sleeping area. This is a sleeping porch. It's home to a larger number of girls.
We recently had to redo this because of per fire code.
Yes.
Manning says there can't be triple bunks and there must be 3 feet of spacing in between each bunk. Additionally, sleepers in bunks should sleep with their heads at opposite ends. Of course, a big concern here would be the spread of illnesses. But the house mom told Manning if a girl is sick, she will sleep in the guest room.
Again, I'd get screened on the windows.
The laundry and garbage areas also checked out. All in all, a pretty positive inspection with some minor recommendations.
That bond does not break.
House mom Cherie Coulter says she works very hard to keep this house up to code.
The inspections and what's on there, they're not a problem to me because I want to make sure that they're taken care of correctly.
And it might give those parents back home peace of mind knowing someone is making sure the first time their kids are out of the house, they aren't living like animals.
Now, like we mentioned before, the difficulty with these inspections is you may not like what you see in the individual rooms, but health inspectors can't tell people how to live. That isn't their territory. And we also want to make a clarification on our last story regarding the food trucks. We mentioned food must be hot held at 165. They can be reheated at 165 and then hot held at 135. While we never mentioned Cousin Jack's Pasty Company was in violation of that, we do want to mention they were hot holding at the correct temperature.
This is fascinating stuff, so
Yeah.
I naturally got to ask you what is coming up next on your series of stories.
Well, we're actually going to go into the pool and spa world at a local hotel. You wouldn't think that health inspectors go to those. You might think that the hotels do themselves, but nope, that's a health inspector thing too.
See what they find.
Yep.
All right.